Hare Krishna. So, I'm very fortunate to be here to talk something about Krishna. So, can we do little kirtan?
Yes.
Because kirtan is the life for devotees. Where did we go? Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya ये श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय हरिनाम प्रभु की जय निताई गौर हरि Thank you very much. I came after 7 years from New Orleans, and especially after Corona, life will change. That's why we are here on Zoom, the Zoom life. And we learned a lot during Corona time. Sometime, once somebody asked me in Bombay, they're talking about, the Corona, and they're talking all bad things. I said, no, there are so many good things out there. We can do PMI, plus point, minus point, interesting point of Corona. So one of the plus point for us, at least we can speak to anybody on the Zoom, right? All over the world, everybody can join. And I was in Bombay. So I said, at least in lockdown time, the lady learned how to cook at home, Corona time. Otherwise, they were getting, ordering from the different hotel and things like that, or they were eating outside. But Corona time, they couldn't go out. So they are forced to cook something to eat. So the lady learned how to cook. We also learn how to do the meeting. Nowadays, we have every Wednesday our GBC meeting and on the Zoom. Besides that, in India, we learn how to work from the home. And of course, there are many benefits that we learn how to chant together. So many. I'm very happy to see that everybody are chanting together. It was a great thing. Of course, there is a difference between India and here. When we speak in India, we have thousands of people to hear. And here we have few. But, well, there is a lot of taste. Like this gives more closeness to see each other, know each other, like that. So that has a great benefit. So I think I will speak about the chanting in the holy name. Now we all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shishastaka, Cheto Darpanamarjanam, Bhav Mahadavad Nirvapanam. And second one talks about the holy name. First one talks about the benefit of chanting. What happens? Because in this world, everybody wants to do something when they get some benefit. Businessmen, they want to do business because they get benefits. Everywhere we want to see our profit or benefit. So what is the benefit of chanting Hare Krishna? That Mahaprabhu had given in first verse. And second verse, he talks about the holy name itself, the importance of holy name. So what is this holy name? Start from Nam Nam Akari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shakti. So the Nam comes from the root or dhatu known as Nam. Like we say in Bengali, Namaha. Namaha. Nama means offering spiritual obeisances. Usually it is written like that. But Nama means, I don't get English properly, but anyway, you all can figure it out. Bending. Nama means bending. Like Devikinandan Nama. Obeisance is what we take as a understand the meaning of that, but the word meaning is Nama means bending or being favorable, put that way. So Namayati iti nama. What does Nam do? Namayati iti nama. In the chanter also becomes humble. Bending means in sense becoming humble. And whose name is chanted, he also become very favorable to runs towards the person who is chanting. So we are the chanter. We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And we chant Krishna's name. So as soon as you chant, Krishna is, hey, somebody calling me. So he also becomes very favorable. Namayati iti nama. Both, comes down. Both have to come down from their position. Our position is in material world, we have too much false ego. So we don't want to become humble. We want to be what we are. We have our attitude. Everybody has their attitude. You can't say much. And Krishna doesn't have false ego, but Krishna is one who goes to anyone and everyone who calls him without any discrimination. Whether it is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Sudra, anybody calls him. Or Jagai Matai, anybody calls. Krishna goes there without any discrimination. Just like, there's no caste system with Krishna. Like Krishna had many cowherd boys, and when he was with them, everybody brought some food from their house, and Krishna had to take from everybody, plate. Not, considering who comes from which caste. So anybody who becomes friend to Krishna or close to Krishna, Krishna is always there to favor them. So this holy name really favors everyone. If chant, then Krishna becomes very favorable to us. And if Krishna is favorable, then what do we need? We get everything. Akamo, sarvakamo va, moksha kamo dharadi, tibrena bhakti yogena, yajeta purusha. We glorify Krishna, chant his name. Whatever way we are, chanting, we get the result. So this is the word meaning of nama. Namayati iti nama. We need to be humble. In this material world, we are so proud. And because of our pride, we are getting bumped everywhere. The suffering comes because of the pride. Like here, in America, we drive car, and sometime we did some mistake or something, right? And policeman comes there. Then there are two ways to remain humble and seated in car very nicely. That's one way. Or the other way, you can come out of the car and try to show your pride, and you know what happened. I remember once we were driving in Seattle and we were really late. We were coming from somewhere going. So our devotees who were driving double than what speed was giving, right? And policemen were following us. So I kept chanting. I was chanting. And when police came, then I thought maybe I'll fold my hand and I'll talk to him something. The devotee said, "No, Prabhu, don't take out your hand from your bead bag. Otherwise, he'll think that you have gone." And he will shoot you. So I said, okay, all right. Then after some time, policeman did something. Then he came out, talked to us. And I spoke him out that how we are placed. And early morning, we had some puja to be done. And therefore, we speed up a little more and all this thing. So somehow or other, he didn't chastise us. He could have really chastised us, the kind of a speed we had. But since we are very humble and pleading, he already take his license and cancel everything. But when I spoke to him, I said, I came from India, it's my fault. I spoke very humbly. And the policeman was just happy. And then he let us go, although he fined us, but he didn't do any other thing. So I was just saying, any part of the life, anywhere, if we are humble, then we get everything done. So humility is very, very important in life. And if somebody chants Hare Krishna, naturally becomes humble by chanting. And the Lord also bestows his mercy. Now Mahaprabhu said, Nam Okari. What is this holy name? Mahaprabhu said, Okari. So when we study, we know there are two kar. Okar, called swar in vowel, right? And kokar is vyanjan or consonant, right? Vowel and consonant. We have like A is what? Vowel, right? And B is the consonant. B has no existence without E, right? But A, E, they are the vowel. The same way, O, A, E, U, these are swar. Shivaji Goswami describes in Harinama Vyakaran that this Okari means O, A, E, U. O is not dependent on anything. Is O dependent on anything? Is A dependent on anything? But B is dependent on E. C is dependent on E. But E is not dependent on anybody. So the vowel is called Okari. Nam Okari. What is this name? This name is Okari. Krishna is not dependent on anybody. He is independent Lord. As Vedanta Sutra said, Janmadasya Tanvatarta Charte Swavidya Swarat. Swarat means fully independent. He is not dependent on anybody. That's Krishna. And since the name is non-dependent from Krishna, Abhinnatva Nama Namina. So this is also Okari. And we are consonant, Kokari. So Ko is dependent on O. B is dependent on E. So Krishna is E and we are B. So B is dependent, therefore we all are dependent all the time. Krishna is not dependent, but we are dependent. So Mahaprabhu said, Nam Okari. The holy name is Okari, not dependent on anything. But since we are dependent, therefore, it's the duty for one and all. Dependent had to follow the master. So Krishna is the master and we should follow. Now, This is the holy name, Namnam Akari Bahudha. Krishna had so many names. Whatever he does, he gets name. Bad or good. But keep in mind, those names are also Akari, transcendental. So when his bad name, if you chant, it still has benefit. Like Makanchur. You go on chanting Makanchur. Right, Makanchur? Because you are sitting in front, I remember. Makanchur. Or Ras Bihari. He performed the Ras. So in Bombay, you chant Jai Radha, Rasa Bihari Radha, Ras Bihari Radha. You chant Ras Bihari. He ran away while fighting with Jarasandha. Right? He known Ranchorji. You chant Ranchorji name. So good or bad is always good. So Namnam Nakari Bahuda, Krishna had hundreds and millions of names. I mean, Krishna, just now Kartik is coming. Next month Kartik is coming. And in Dallas, I was giving talk about Damodar Leela. So two names came. When Mother Jasoda was feeding Krishna, and when she saw the milk was boiling, right? Then, or prior to that, when Krishna got up, he was very hungry. So the Sukadeva Swami used the name Astanya Kama. So this is also Krishna's name, Astanya Kama, who desires to suck or drink the milk of Mother Jasoda. Astanya Kama. That's Krishna's name. And when Mother Jasoda, she dropped him to run to save the milk, there is a word called Atripta Kama. So this is also Krishna's name, Atripta Kama. He was not satisfied. Krishna is satisfied all the time, but Sukadeva Goswami said Atripta Kama. So this is also Krishna's name. So there are multiple names, Namnam Akari Bahudha. I'll give one example. Once there was a businessman, and he was doing his business, but he was Kokari. I mean, he was just not, he should be dependent, but he was not dependent on the Krishna, he was dependent on his Lakshmi, as we all are dependent on Lakshmi, everybody was dependent. So he was doing his business one-minded to get more and more and more Lakshmi. But one point, he started losing business. So when you start losing money in your business, you all know what happens. People go mad. So he was going mad also, but then somebody told, hey, there is one Sadhu Baba here, Makanchur, go and, talk to him, maybe something will give. So he went to the Baba, and Baba said, what can I do? But anyway, I know the Lord can do anything. Just you have to connect yourself to Krishna, and that will increase everything. So Baba gave him a mantra. He was from Sri Sampradaya, Ramanandi Sadhu. So he gave him a name. He told him to chant this name. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Now these businessmen are usually cheaters. And the cheating word in Hindi we call Ghasitna. Ek ka do banana. From one we make two. Ghasitna matlab pull, right? Pulling. Or ghasit. Oh, ghasitta hai. So instead of chanting Sitaram, he started chanting after some time, Ghasitaram, 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 Ghasitaram. So after a few months, the Guru came to see his disciple, how he is doing. Then he saw him, he chanting the new mantra, Ghasitaram, Ghasitaram, Ghasitaram. So the Guru thought maybe he took reinitiation or something, He got reinitiated. But when this businessman saw his Guru, he was so happy, and he ran to his Guru, offered full dandavat, obeisance. Not only lip service, nowadays Dandavat Prabhu, only lip service. He did full dandavat. And then Guru was surprised. Then this businessman said, Gurudev, you are so kind. You have given such a wonderful holy name that I am so happy. Whatever I have, I am so happy. And my business is booming. My business is booming. Guru, you want me? I gave him Sitaram, I'm chanting the Sitaram. What heck is going on? So the Guru asked, but I gave you different mantra. I gave you the mantra to chant Sitaram, but you are chanting the Sitaram. He said, Guru Maharaj, oh, I am very sorry. This is what mantra you gave me. No, I gave you Sitaram. So from next day, after that, he started chanting Sitaram. But he couldn't chant. He was disturbed in chanting Sitaram. He couldn't chant Sitaram because he got the habit of chanting the Sitaram. And he was just crying and praying to the Lord. What should I do? I want to follow my Guru's instruction, but I'm unable to do, and I'm chanting this, new name, new mantra. That night, Lord appeared to Guru. And he said, what happened to your disciple? He was chanting right name. What was wrong? Lasitaram, what is wrong? So Guru said, but Lord, I gave him this new mantra, Sitaram, but he made new mantra, Sitaram. Then Krishna told him, you don't know, I also have a name called Sitaram. When Mother Yashoda tied me in grinding motor, I was pulling the grinding motor. From that day, I got name Sitaram. Gasita means pulling. Sita means pulling. So you are pulling this grinding motor, so you got name Gasitara. So Krishna has an unlimited name. Nam Akari Bahudha. Now, there are so many names are there. So which names should we chant? Nam Akari Bahudha. So many names are there. Which names should we chant? And all names are powerful. The Lord has invested all his energy, all these names. So which name should we chant? Just like if you have disease, you go to a medical store. There are so many medicines are there, right? And even for one disease, there are so many medicines. So if you start going to a store for some disease and picking the medicine on your own, will your disease get cured? You will die. So what is the best way to do? Best way to do is to go to doctor. Let doctor prescribe which medicine to take. And if you take that medicine, you get cured. Same way the acharyas or devotee, they are the doctor. They are the doctor. And they prescribe what is the medicine. So for this particular age of Kali, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Jugavatar, he is the Acharya. And he has prescribed, that the chanting of holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, is Jug Dharma for this particular age. Not that you cannot perform austerity, or you cannot do jagya, or you cannot do meditation and all those things. You can do all those things also, but that will not bring effect as the holy name will bring effect. Just like if you have warm cloth, you can wear your warm cloth anytime. But effect of wearing warm cloth, you will feel only in winter season. If it's summer season, you have all the jacket and heat up your house and everything, you'll get sick, right? But there are some people, they wear that. Some people do have, warm clothes and heated house. And who are they people? Mad people. Mad, they can wear anything. Even in winter season, they walk naked. And some of them put, blanket and sweater and everything. They're mad. So, those things like meditation is not recommended for this age. Meditation is powerful, but not for this age. Jagya is powerful, but not for this age. worshipping the Saligram in every house is powerful, but not for this age. For this age, only the chanting of holy name is powerful. Krite yadhyayato Vishnu, tretayam jatamukhay, dvapare paricharjayam, follow tad hari kirtan, nahi kari karma dharma viveku, ram nam avalambaneku. All scriptures say that the holy name is only the means of deliverance in this particular age of Kali. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Kevalam. Kalo nasteva, 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 gatir anyatha. Mahaprabhu, when he quoted this verse, you see there are three things comes in Sanskrit for certainty. Eva, he, kevalam. And Mahaprabhu used all these three words of certainty in this holy name. Hare Nama, Eva, he, kevalam. I mean, certainly, certainly, certainly. Only the holy name, holy name, holy name. Kalo nasteva, 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 gatiranyatha. There's no other way, no other way, no other way to be happy in this particular age of Kali, where there is always quarrel. For a small, small thing, there is quarrel. I remember old story when I was a student in Banaras. Those days, one man in Banaras, betel net called pan, betel net, right? So betel net is very famous in Banaras. Yesterday when Ravani Prabhu was reminding me that if you go Banaras and don't eat the betel net, pan, then 3 years coming Banaras. So people in Banaras, they like eat pan. So one man went and he bought a pan for 5 cents, right? And he wanted to give only 3 cents, but the price has increased. So 5 cents. The shopkeeper was asking 5 cents, and he was giving 3 cents. Then they say 5. They started fighting. And out of 5, this whole fight went to court. So both sides had to hire lawyer, and they end up spending, 500,000 rupees or something for 5 paisa, for 5 cents, right? So this is called Kaliju. For a small thing, 5 paisa, take it, leave it. But Kaliju, ego is too much there, ahankar is too much there. And nobody wanted to give up. So this is Kali. It takes very little to entangle. So if anybody wants to be peaceful, then he should chant this. Kalo nasteva, 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 gatir anyatha. And we can see our devotee. When we go out for preaching, do you think we don't meet opposite, people who are abusing us? I mean, I remember in old day in 70s, when we started going for Harinam, the people were throwing onion on our head, this eggs on our head, and we were very young, 17, 18 years, blood was boiling to go and, punch them. But the holy name had, really gave us shelter. All right, Baba, tolerate it. We want to preach, tolerate it. I mean, Jagayan Madhai, look at Haridas Thakur and Jan Prabhu, how they tolerate it. So the holy name can really make you, how to tolerate. Thus, there is no effect of Kali on us, due to blessing of holy name. So Mahaprabhu said, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva hi kevalam, kalo nasteva, 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 gatiranyatha. So Nam Akari Bahudhanya Sarv Shakti. Tatrarpita Niyamit Smarani Nakala. There is no time limit for chanting the holy name, but effect will be same. Whether you chant morning, afternoon, or evening. Anytime one can chant, or any way one can chant. Khaite, pite, suite, yatha tatha nam Lord. Des kale niyam nai, sarva siddhi hoy. Khaite, while eating also you can chant holy name. Pite, while drinking water you can chant holy name. Khaite, pite, suite. You have no time. When you lay on your bed, you are not going to sleep. You take a few minutes. Chant Hare Krishna that time. Khaite, pite, suite. Yatha tatha nam lo. Any way, Siskanda Bhagavatam described. Any way you chant. Even you are sleeping somewhere, Hare Krishna, that will have benefit. Any way you chant. Knowingly, unknowingly, it will bring the effect. I mean, Mahaprabhu has brought this and given so sublime method for it. So we should chant in any way. Des kale niyam na sarva siddhi bhav. And the benefit is too much. Therefore, any sane people or intelligent person should only chant. Now, while chanting the holy name, it's such a nice, why everybody should not chant the holy name? Such a nice. But there are, Prabhupada gave example of firework. When you light the fire, there are two kinds of wood. One is dry wood, and other is wet wood. So if you light the fire, the goal of lighting fire is getting fire. That is the goal. Why should we light fire in wood? For getting, fire. Same way, why are we chanting the holy name? To get love of Godhead. So if the dry wood is there, then fire will come immediately. But if wet wood is there, what happens? The smoke will come. So the dry fire and wet fire compare with our karma. How much karma we have, And other example of this one, dry fire, how it will light fast by association of devotee. And a wet fire, you are one round chanting and doing something else. That's a wet fire. But in wet fire also, after some time, there is fire in the wood. When they light fire, there is fire. But two things, the fire is there, which is hidden, but a smoke will come. But fire is there, but a smoke will come. And then what happened? Since the fire remains there, a lot of smoke will come, right? A lot of disturbance will come, but it persists and go on, doing this or fan it, and slowly, that even wet wood will dry, and then slowly fire will come. So we all are wet wood. We are wet wood. We have so many unwanted desires. So the holy name is powerful. It is bringing, fire. But fire is not lightning. Because we have so much karma. So much karma. But we keep chanting. Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhanya. Keep chanting. His holy name will eradicate all the sin accumulated from time. Cheto darpanamarjanam. Prabhupada said, Cheta means senses, Cheta means mind, Cheta means intelligence, Cheta means consciousness, and Cheta means heart. Heart is the place where the unwanted desire is there. But if we go on chanting, we are wet wood, but fire is there. We should never give up chanting. Go on chanting. And then what happened? We'll become suitable candidate to obtain love of Godhead when unwanted desires are burned. Like when the wood becomes dry with the association of the fire, the fire comes out. So association of devotee is very, very important for chanting. Association of devotee helps us, like this is association of devotee. Otherwise, only smoke comes and like this, then fire boom. So sometime when we chant Hare Krishna alone And then, anartha comes, like we fall asleep, so many things comes in our mind and we don't chant. But when association of devotee is there, they will help us. So always we chant in association of devotee. And this way, all our anartha will get eradicated. Shrodam Swapadha Krishna, Punya Sramana Kirtanam, Hridayam Tasnahi Avadrani Vidhunoti Shuhrit Satam. All the unwanted desire which are in heart, Vidhunoti. Dhunoti means clearing. And Vidhunoti means Visesa. Just like when we wash our cloth, the kapra dhodo. Wash your cloth. Washing the cloth is called Dhunoti. But Vidhunati means once the holy name will not only clear the unwanted desire accumulated in our heart from time immemorial, but even the desire for working will also be, eradicated. So Vidhunati means that something we have done, karma, and karma folly there in our heart. That will get clear. But, what about the desire for working more? The desire will also get purified. Prabhupada gave example that when there is forest fire, see due to fire, everything is burned to ashes. But when the, rainy season comes, water comes, then after some time, again you will see vegetation and greenery, everything. Because the root is there. So when we chant the holy name will not only eradicate our unwanted desire, which is in here, the karma fall, but also unwanted desire. Therefore, it said, vidhunoti, shuhrit, and then the heart becomes very clean. Then satam, then the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes to reside in our heart, just by chanting. So this is very nice. We are chanting the holy name, and we should keep chanting. Nam Nam Nakari Bauda, Nisarusakti, Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kara. But Eta Drisi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi, oh my dear Lord, they have so kindly given all the facility for us to chant. We have all the facility given to us. Prabhupada gave us the facility, who are directed by his guru, who are directed by Krishna directly. Prabhupada started ISKCON, Association of Devotee. So these facilities are given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if we don't use that facility of chanting together, dancing together, hearing Hari Katha together, then Atma, we are Atma. We become butcher. We are killing ourselves. Nam Nam Nakari Baudhani Sarasakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala Etadrisi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi. Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi. Oh my Lord, He has bestowed this mercy upon me. But I have no taste. Bad thing that I have no taste. So even to develop the taste, how to develop the taste? You can develop the taste by having association of devotees. I don't know here in America it's there or not, but if you eat alone, fantastic food, chappan bhog, very tasty. But if you are eating alone, you will not feel like eating. But you have 5-6 people eating with you, okay, but I've heard, jalebi, halwa, otherwise he will eat more than me, right? So the taste in association with eating, family which eats together, lives together, association is very, very powerful. So when you eat in association, 5-6 people, you can eat very nicely. But alone, of course, in India, you can see if somebody has one cow and the person is feeding the cow so much so much. But still cow remains like this, lean and thin. But there are 2 or 3 cows, they are very healthy. They eat in competition. They are in competition, right? You all know from India. Same way, we will become strong in association with people. And this is Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, there is power in association. Kalau Sangha Shakti. The Shakti is there, the power is there in association. So it's good that you all are chanting together very nicely, hearing together very nicely. And Prabhupada has given this thing so nicely to us. So if we do this thing, our heart will be clean, and maybe in this life only, we can go back to Godhead. Even if you don't go this lifetime, don't worry for going or not going. Worry only for chanting nicely, purely. And then, if not this life, next life, not that life, next life, next life, next life. In Bhavishya Purana, there is a story that how Narad Muni once, he was thinking about this age of Kali, because the pure devotees of the Lord, they are Trikaldarshi. They are free from the clutches of mood of material nature, or Satgun, Rajagun, Tamagun. So they are not living in present, past, and future. But at Trikaldarshi, they can see past. We have forgotten our past. Present, they live, and future also they can see. Therefore, devotee of the Lord, they are called Trikaldarshi, like Lord is Trikaldarshi. The same way devotee are Trikaldarshi. So once Narad Muni, when he saw this situation of the people of Kali Yuga, and how they are going to fight for a small penny, and how they're going to destroy everything. We are interested in increasing our everything, machinery, tool, new, idea. In IT, they are, making big thing, new thing. But we are not working how to be happy. How to be happy. I was in Chicago and I saw that one gentleman, friend of mine from Hyderabad, he had bought Walmart and he made it Wall of India. So Corona time, he had no cook. So he developed the I forgot the English. The machine for cooking. What is it called?
Oven.
Eh?
I don't know. Oven.
No. The machine, they look like man. They can fight. Robot, yes. So he created a robotic kitchen. I have the photo. I can show you how. And the robot made, lemon rice, right? So when got this, chipped rice, got the masala, all programmed, right? And everything programmed. And 5-7 minutes made, lemon rice, and we ate, and it was same tasty. So that's what happening. But we are not, doing anything that how to go back to Godhead. The food cooked by robot will become robot. Our mind will become like that. Cooked by mother, we have different thing. We will get love, and this will get love of Krishna. So anyway, I was thinking about Narad Muni. So he saw about Kali Yuga, and he came to Narayan, and he was just crying. So Narayan said, all right, what do you want? He said, please do something for the people of Kali. He said, I'm not going to do, you do. All right, okay, what should I do? So he gave him this mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. He said, go and give anyone whom you meet first, give this holy name. So Narad Muni came. As soon as he came, he met a snake. And he gave the holy name to snake. And snake died. So Narad Muni said, what is mantra, Snake died. Then he went to Narayan and he told the result. Narayan said, good, very good. Go again and do this thing. Again he came. This time he made a dog. And he told the dog the holy name. And dog also died. So Narad was wondering what the heck is going on. And he went to Narayan, he told this thing. Again, what happened? Narayan said, very nice. Third time he came, then he met a cow and gave the same mantra. The cow died. So he said, my goodness, now I got to go hatya, kapap. Narada was very disappointed, disturbed. And he went to Narayan, he said, better you got to change your mantra. This mantra is not good. This time cow died. Can you imagine? Cow died. I got to go hatya, kapap. Narayan said, no, this is good mantra. This is good mantra. So please go. He said, no, I will not go alone. You also come. You can see for yourself. So this time, Narayan both came, Narad came, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead also came. Then this time, Narad saw a prince. So prince was coming from that side. Narad thought, should I tell him or not? Last time cow died, I got, go hatya ka paap. This time a prince died, I have to go to Kachari, where I will chant the holy name. King son died, I will be in trouble. Narayan said, go and chant. So as soon as, Narayan was forcing him, so he chanted. When he chanted the holy name, the king's son started dancing, jumping up and down, and offer full posterior obeisances. Narada was shocked that he had now died, and he's offering obeisances. Then Narada said, you know me? He said, of course, Gurudev. How can I forget you? Whatever I am, by your mercy. And the holy name you have given. So Narada was puzzled. What happened? Then he said, remember? First life I was a snake. And you gave the mantra. And I died. I became dog. Next time again you came for me. You're so kind. And gave this mantra. Again I died. I became cow. Still you are more kind to me. You gave this mantra. And cow died. And you got to go hatya, paap. But still you are so kind, my dear Gurudev, that again you came to give the same mantra. I am here only because of you, by His holy name. So His holy name can change the life. Not only Jagai Madhai, from snake to dog to cow to a prince. A prince. My dear devotee, please go on chanting. This mantra is same mantra. There's no difference. And given by the Supreme Personality of God himself, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what else we need? That time Narayana gave to him, and here Narayana is giving. So Srila Prabhupada. So let us have firm faith in chanting, and we chant this holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. And we see in our lifetime we are prince. We have no problem for eating. We have no problem for sleeping. People, they offer obeisances to us. What not? What prince get? You get palace to stay. We have palace to stay. The temples are palace, we stay. Prince, okay, prince is coming, everybody offer obeisances. When you go anywhere, people offer obeisances. Prince eat. Even prince cannot eat what devotee eat. Your chapan bhog, sometimes feast, so many feasts. So we have already become prince, more than prince, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So anybody who wants to become prince, go on chanting Hare Krishna and become prince. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any question if anybody has comment?
So especially for this Kali Yuga, the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna mantra is the most effective way, and it is prescribed. But you see in our society, we don't just chant Hare Krishna. We have elements of all the other processes. There's the deity worship, there is, Devikinandan and some of the other things prescribed by our acharyas. So why is that?
Well, ISKCON is preaching movement. One is for us and other for others. As Prahlad Maharaj said, I do not want to become selfish, but I want to see all my fellows. I don't want to die in being selfish. I want, he condemned those people who become selfish. So we are in the same line. Narad Muni in the same line. Prabhupada in the same line. So for us, chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. But for general public, all other things required. Just like if you are teaching to a child, maybe PhD, maybe MTech, BTech, but a child knows only ABCD. So to come down. Does not mean that you are still learning ABCD. Just teach the child. So all these things, whether deity worship and other things, we are doing for the public. And Prabhupada has given us balanced diet. Of course, now we are adding so many new things. So we are taking risk. We are taking risk. And that risk is going to finish us. We are discussing. Let's go get back. Prabhupada gave book distribution. Harinam. Then manufacture. He said, whatever I given, maintain that. That's enough for going back to Godhead. We don't need anything else. So let us go back to Prabhupada, what he has given. That's enough for us. Otherwise, if you want to concoct something, we are taking risks. For us, holy name required. Nothing else. Like Rupa Goswami said, Jayati Jayati Namananda Rupam Murare Viramit Nidharma Dhyan Puja Diyatnam Kathamapi Sukridam Praninam Jat Param Amritam Ekam Jivanam Bhushanam Me. Oh Harinam Prabhu, you are one and only one. Hare Nama. In my life and soul. Viramit Nijadharma. I am ready to give up anything. Viramit means give up. Nijadharma. My any religion, religious principle is there, any duty is there, I am ready to give. Viramit Nijadharma. Dhyan. Puja. Any puja. Deity worship. Viramit Nijadharma Dhyana Puja Adhyatnam. Kathamapi Sukridam Praninam Jat. Then what to say about good for life? What to say about doing something for the welfare of public? Opening hospital and all this nonsense. Viramit Nijadharma Dhyana Puja. Kathamapi. What is there to say? Sukridam Praninam Jat. Do some pious activity for the different living entities. I am not interested. I am only interested. Jivanam Ekam Bhushanam. You are only ornament. You are my life's ornament. That was, Rupa Goswami prayer to Harinam Prabhu. And that's our ornament, chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. And rest of things are secondary. Prabhupada also said, first take care of her health, then your sadhana, then preaching. Right? This is what he said. Any other question?
From the Jew also. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for the lecture. And I have a question regarding to earlier you used the example of the businessman who wants to gain material gain, and he went to school. The guru gave him the mantra, Sitaram, and he put with his interpretation, and he changed something else. And then Krishna appeared to Guru saying that was my name too. But isn't that our duty to follow the instructions of our Guru? And whatever the Guru gives us, and that's what we do, and we cannot mentally separate and interpret it.
Good question. Good question. Yes, that is the first and foremost duty, to follow the Guru so long as Guru is bona fide. That's first and foremost duty. But we are conditioned. And due to conditioning, many times we don't follow. Guru said only 4 things: follow 4 rules and chant 60 rounds. How many of us are following 4 rules? Not really. According to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, these 4 agreed, he wrote a book on this 4 agreed principle. And if you read that book, you'll find we are way behind. I mean, illicit sex. Physical sex we call illicit sex. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you know that Junior Haridas, he went to bake the rice. That was also for the Lord's, pleasure. And that was called illicit sex. Looking at a girl, illicit sex. Or same way, or to the man, either way. Same way, meat eating. We may not eat meat, but if we are fighting with other devotee, criticizing other devotee, that's also called meat eating. You're hurting them. Gambling. You're bluffing, lying, cheating, that is also, gambling. So, yes, we should follow, but we are not able to follow. So, if you want to follow, then have association of devotee. Otherwise, with no association, then from Sitaram, you will come to Sitaram. Association is very important. Somebody there to correct us. Like when you are chanting, and you know very well that while we chant, Nidra Devi comes. We start a struggle in chanting. But some devotee there, Prabhu, Hari Bol. Association is very important.
Thank you very much.
All right. Another question? Yes, Prabhu.
About the preaching, when the devotees go preaching, they know the name, like Harinam is more important. Like I'm just asking those people who are not within contacting the devotees, and he's chanting like there's a truck called Ram, and he's chanting Ram. So does he get the benefit?
Yes. Jnanat athva jnanat uttam shlokanam yat sankirtam agham punsa yathadeho yathanalaha. Sukadeva Goswami said in Ajamil Prasang, jnanat, knowingly, athva jnanat, or unknowingly. If somebody chants the holy name will bring the effect like fire. He put the fire in a dry grass, knowingly or unknowingly. What will fire do? It will burn the grass to ashes. Same way the holy name will burn, the karma made from life memorial to the ashes. Yes, very good. Ram. Yes, I also saw the truck. Very nice name, by the way.
Yeah.
A strong name. The body also looks strong, like Ram. It's good. Yes, they get benefit.
So they will get
Yes.
Haram.
Ram. I mean, Ajamil chanted Narayan, not for the Lord, but for his son.
No, because I'm saying because we know we are devotees. We know there's a Krishna, there's a Ram. So there's so many. They are not devotees, they're Muslims or some other.
Doesn't matter.
They still get that same.
If you go in early sun from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock, whether you know or don't know, you'll get vitamin D3. Just go in sun. You'll get, whether you know the benefit or doesn't know the benefit, you'll get it. I mean, the village people, they go early morning to work, right? They have no problem of vitamin D3 or B12. Our ISKCON devotee has now a lot of problem of B12 and D3, because we are not in sun, we are always in air condition, so we don't get vitamin D3, and we don't eat meat and all those things, so we have deficiency of B12, and now we don't get A2 milk here. We get, I don't know what kind of milk you get here, or a skin meal, no skin meal, whatever, there's a different kind of. But if you want to get B12, you have to have A2 milk. Desi gai ka doodh. The yellow milk. You are saying, who are saying? In India, somebody said in India, one devotee in Dallas, Kapil was saying that, no, I drank buffalo milk. Then later on my mother said, no, do cow milk. And cow milk was yellow. But when I came here in America, I see all milk of white. Like buffalo milk.
Any question, Dr. Bhausha? So yes, if you have any doubts, you can figure it out. You can get blessings.
Yes, Veda.
If if everyone gets the same effect of chanting the name, whether that person believes it or not, so what is the difference between the devotee chanting and the non-devotee chanting?
Very good question. Well, the holy name has same effect. The holy name will bring the same effect. And what is the effect of holy name? To clearing unwanted desire. If somebody has this much, it will take long time. But somebody this much, boom. Just like I gave an example, the wet wood and dry wood. So some wood is in between dry and wet. It's not too wet or not too dry, and fire. But it will take some time. First a smoke will come, and after some time, the fire will come. So it depends on what kind of wood we are, what kind of karma we have. The holy name will bring the effect, no doubt. Keep chanting. And I will say that we all should think I have a lot of bad karma. I am purely wet wood, green wet wood. Therefore, I need association of devotee more. But if you think, no, I am dry wood, but you are wet wood, then you get only a small problem in life. Association is very important. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastra Koi, Law Matra Sadhu Sangha, Saros. Mahaprabhu gives so much important. Prabhupada created this kind of also. All right? Clear?
Thank you.
Any other question?
So how do we keep our spirits going? Like, how do we keep being enthusiastic? Some of us are devotees for so many years. What's the secret of
Enthusiasm has three components. One is a leader who inspires us. Just by seeing him, we get inspired. Prabhupada. In 10 years' time, we did this thing. Let me also do something. Someone to inspire. Second, the means to be enthusiastic. Like you may want to go for book distribution, but if you have no vehicle. So you have desire to go for, want to, you have Prabhupada, you have a leader, so many devotees are doing book distribution, I also want to do it. But there are no means. And third one is your own desire. Otherwise, you have leader, you have means, but you have no desire, then sleep. So your own desire. Three things are very, very important for developing enthusiasm. And why India is booming today in Krishna consciousness? Because you have wonderful leader who are very exemplary, they are devotees, and devotees feel enthusiasm. Hey, I can do this thing, I can do this thing. You see the Bhadra Purnima, book distribution, all over the world we did, 35,000 set of Bhagavatam. India did more than 30,000. Because our leaders are there. So we have leader for guiding, I hope somebody will tell our American leader, get up from sleep. And make devotee enthusiasm. Bring them enthusiastic. Make them enthusiastic. I have seen, like on GBC conference, our American leader write so much. Indian nobody writes. Because they are busy in different fields.
So what?
Nobody writes anything. So many things going on. So yes, leader had to be there to lead. So leader has a big role to play to keep devotee enthusiastic. The temple should be vibrant. And how one will be vibrant? The leaders are there in front. And we have one leader and hundreds of, that example given, that you have fox and their leader is a lion. Hundreds of fox and the leader is lion. On the other hand, there are 100 lions and their leader is a fox. Who will win? Who will win? One who is a lion is a leader. So you need a leader who can enthuse people. All right. So now time for prasadam. I have to eat between 1 to 1:30. Mr. Gas comes in my stomach. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Devikinandan, Prabhu, very mercifully you came all the way from India and giving us your kripa, your mercy.
Hare Krishna.
So, and all the devotees who are present here, we can follow forward the instruction and we can progress our devotional life. So we have many questions, but after Prasadam we can discuss.
Yes.
So in the Arati, in the meantime, Prabhu can have Prasadam and from the Zoom audience, they can.
No, we'll have Aarti, then prasadam. No problem. That's why I kept 15 minutes.
Yeah, there's 15 minutes, okay.
We'll do short hours.
Yeah, no problem. Do your thing. Feel comfortable. Yes. Feel comfortable. Krishna concept for Kevala Ananda Kanda, only for enjoyment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we will move on to the final part of the program, which is Arati. Just give me one moment. I'm going to switch the camera.